also from Delhi, so so actually I have a two-part question. So firstly, I wanted to ask you for your Bollywood debut was with Gangs of Wasseypur, right? So that was a very bold choice for a for you to do a movie like that, and the kind of role that it was. But do you think that that sort of was the reason why that catapulted you into the career that you took up? And then related to the book also, I wanted to know if a character like that in that movie was somewhere in your mind when you wrote this book.
So Gangs of Wasseypur happened because I don't think I had a choice in the matter. First you don't get to choose as an outsider your first film. You pick what you get. After that, I think perhaps if that film does well, then you get some kind of illusion of choice. But you don't get to choose your first film. And I don't know, I think back then I didn't know if I could write or should write. To be honest, although I always wrote as a young girl, and when I think I was about 14 years old, I attempted to write a novel for my brother as a birthday gift. And I made the mistake of getting an older cousin to read it. And my cousin was like, "You can't give this to your younger brother." I said, "Why not?" Because every 2 pages someone dies. So I don't know where, I've lost that book now, but I think perhaps it had something. We'll never know. Not really, but I definitely have been very influenced by all the people I have worked with. So whether it's been Mr. Anurag Kashyap, Mr. Sriram Raghavan, Vasan Bala, Abhishek Chaubey, Mr. Zack Snyder, these are people I've been really influenced by because they've been just great creative minds and visually also very, very strong people. So when you're discussing characters with them, or how they write their stories, or how they decide to shoot a scene, it really does affect you because you understand what are they thinking, and their mind works very differently from regular people that I had interacted with before. So I think I have really absorbed their processes somehow more than just character specifics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Anybody else would like to say?
Hi Uma, huge fan, and congratulations for your book. Now you are a versatile actor. You are a writer. Are you gonna be directing too?
Well, I've turned producer. Would I like to direct? Yeah, maybe I'd like to direct someday. Not yet. But I'll make I want to make rom-coms.
Lovely. We miss rom-coms nowadays.
I feel people don't make them anymore, yeah, but
Yes.
Okay.
female gaze.
Yes. Another question I will ask. What's more tough, being an actor or being a writer?
Being a writer also pays much lesser. Way lesser. No, really, and I don't say this as a joke. Literally, when I did my contract and all of that happened, and I was and I think I got a pretty good deal, considering I'm an actor. So I was like, bus? Seriously? Itni mehnat or itne kam paise? And I really feel we need to definitely do something more about this in terms of for the writing community because there's a lot of work that goes in, and I don't think just by being a writer you can sustain. I don't know how that's going to happen. So I feel like something needs to be done about it.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to ask? Please introduce.
I am Chirag. So, as an actor and now writer, I want to ask you, what do you think about the disparity between digital media and written media today? Written media, do you think somewhere it's dying when it's compared to something like digital media?
Yeah, I think the way in which we're consuming content is changing for sure. Perhaps today, most people are reading on a Kindle, but not really buying books. I find that very sad because I love the idea of going to a bookstore and actually getting a physical copy of the book. I have a huge library at my place. Literally, I have a duplex. So as you turn, this thing is just all my books, from I don't know, when I was a kid, all stacked up. So I love the idea of just having paper. But that's just me, and I'm a bit of a romantic in that sense. I don't think it'll ever go away. I feel for example, more people will be, I don't know, hooked onto some app or get some technology which will make it more easier because, for example, I'll tell you my case. When I started traveling, I used to travel with my books. But to carry 12 books in your suitcase is kind of impossible. And now I have switched to reading on a Kindle, and it just makes life easier. But that doesn't mean I'll stop reading altogether. Like the written word is just beautiful, right? Because you read just a few scribbles on a piece of paper, and it just evokes some imagery in your head, and I find that like almost like a magical thing.
Yes, there are more questions. Can you just pass the mic?
I'm popular.
Yeah, absolutely.
I heard you speak at the Kolkata Literary Meet last year. I had interviewed you then. The book has been out for a while and you've been traveling to literature festivals. What has this done to your self-identity? Like, is there a way of thinking about yourself as an author? Because it's not just about the book, right? There's so much that goes around it. Now you're not just commenting on your roles, but do you feel a sense of community with other writers when you go to literature festival? What kind of conversations do you have with people?
Honest confession, it makes me feel very cool. I feel like, must be smart. I've written a book now. No, I mean, to be honest, like, this has been a huge honor. Like, as a little girl, I remember one of the things that I set myself to achieve was to write a book and also attend. Yes. Because, I mean, I think it just started, and when I was in school, and it was like the coolest thing at that point in time. And I was like, wow, ek din mujhe wahan jana hai. So I think I kind of made it. So I think this is a reflection, at least for me as a little girl, like, if you set your intention to something, like, it'll happen. I can't even tell you, my parents are so proud. Like, I don't think any film that I've done or any award that I won has made them as proud as to the fact that I've written a book. Like, our daughter's written a book. I feel it kind of makes them feel that all the education, all the time, money they spent on it has come to something. Yeah, wasn't in vain.
Yeah, that's a beautiful answer. That's a very good question.
Thank you.
Please pass it there. Yeah.
Hi, Huma. I'm Vishal. Two questions, very different. First,
एक ही जगह जवाब तो चलेगा?
हाँ, हाँ।
हाँ, मैं कंफ्यूज हो जाती हूँ थोड़ा.
हाँ,
Attention
कोई
span
नहीं.
is like a goldfish.
कोई नहीं. I enjoyed that brief bit that you read. It reminded me of Sacha Cohen's character in The Great Dictator, General Aladdin. So that was funny. So I'm very curious.
You could cast him.
Great.
In fact, in one of the sketches, there's a sketch where he looks like Sacha Cohen.
Oh, he does. So
Yes.
yeah, that's one of my favorite
There's a
movies.
graphic in there.
Yeah.
It's just so timely these days. The second is very different because I am an AI engineer. I'm just visiting from London. Are you worried that very soon this book is going to be in a model, and it could be spawning various sequels of the character? And I think I have some friends who are just hobbyist writers and just write books and topics, and they're a little worried about this. I'm sure. I mean, may not be as worrisome to you because you've got other career, opportunities. But a lot of them, as you said, as a writer, are feeling threatened, or you're going to get an army of armchair writers.
So you're saying, like, what you're saying is AI is now going to write for us.
It's
It's
happening.
never going to happen.
I agree. I'm with you. But if you look at the amount of books that are showing up on Amazon, on Kindle, especially on the soft model, it's just crazy. So I also wanted to know your objective, and I am with you. Creativity cannot be created. So, yeah.
I mean, that's one way of putting it. I also feel like the beautiful thing about, and I was just chatting with Rohan who was here earlier about this. I was like, what's fascinating is that today, and we were talking about the stand-up scene. So anyway, but to also connect it to this was like, the beautiful thing about writing is that you have people from different walks of life, different countries, different experiences, gender, sexual orientation, whatever, talking about their very specific lived experience, right? Like me and my brother, we've grown up in the same house, right? They could have been a death of, say, for example, my grandfather, but the way it affected me and him or my father, very different. We have different perceptions of it. It's like this, saying the glass is half full or half empty. And that is such a human thing to do. I don't think AI will ever, AI I think should be used for better things, like, I don't know, running companies better or figuring out how we can distribute wealth equally, more fairly in the world. Maybe it should take the job of CEOs and do organization better as opposed to like worry about creativity. I think let creativity be a human experience, as opposed to like burdening AI with it. I think AI it will evolve as we go along, but the way I look at it is like, and it will be definitely a very important part of our lives. But let's learn to harness it like fire. You know, fire can be used to cook a meal, but it can also burn someone's house. It depends on how we use it, and I think that responsibility has to come from the human consciousness.
It's getting much smarter. As you feed it more and more stuff, imitate it.
Different than paying for sex.
See, there goes your witty answer.
Take one more question. Huma, so it might have been easy for you to just say, okay, I'm an actor, I can write a book, but why not just do an autobiography, or, you know, that could sell
One
as
more autobiography, and I swear I will slit my wrist. I have nothing interesting to talk about my life. It's so boring. I have not even done anything like, I don't know, save the wild forest or something. Like, what will I write
Because
about?
you mentioned that the money you made from this was so less compared to what you've been doing. Let's say an autobiography would have been talking about something that you've done in your career already.
We only are interested in affairs. That's all. Scandals.
So how big a risk was this from that point of view?
You know, honestly, I don't think I wrote it for the money. I think it was just about self-expression in the most honest way. Like, my team is always upset with me because, like, as an actor, you know, I get paid to go to gigs and I get paid to go to birthday parties and palana and all of that. And sure, but I feel like this I do because this is something that I enjoy doing. This is that part of my life that nourishes me. You know, it's got nothing to do with either making money or doing anything else. And I feel like that is something that, I don't know, maybe my work as an actor was not giving me, so it's fulfilling some other need inside me. But it is very important. So it's that. An autobiography, I don't think I'd want to write, because I don't think I've done anything so remarkable that people want to know what it is. Maybe once I die, they can release my journals.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm myself finding it so interesting. It's hard to be objective when you're enjoying a conversation. But I think overall, what a lovely sparkling conversation between Shonali
And thanks to her, if I may, lovely questions, and thank you for reading my book. You've been amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I didn't know, sometimes I was just listening to saying, hey, कितना अच्छा सवाल पूछा है.
Yeah, but I'm sure each one of you listening right now would have.
fantasy fiction novel है, हार्पर कॉलिंस ने publish की है. एक story है about a female superhero who saves the world. I was obsessed with the ideas of misfits saving the world. So Zeba is a misfit, completely कहीं fit नहीं होती है, and then how she becomes a superhero. That's the story.
Since आपका debut novel है, आप जब ये book लिख रहे थे, कौन सा element ऐसा था जो आप सबसे ज़्यादा use करना चाहते थे the whole book?
I think just about fun. I think it's a really funny book, and I wanted a lot of like people to read it, and you know, it talks about some very complex issues, but in a very, very light-hearted, fun manner. And I wanted a lot of young people to read it and really identify with it.
Ma'am, when we talk about your books, what more books you are looking forward to read?
To reading lots of books. I think I'm really inspired by a lot of like the new Japanese writers. So whether it's Yellowface or Butter, all of these books I really want to like. I've bought them, but I still have to read them.
लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल में ये बुक भी आने वाला है,
जी।
then लोग जानने वाले हैं,
जी।
कितनी एक्साइटेड है आप पर?
बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ. जब मैं छोटी थी तब से मेरा सपना था कि कभी मैं कोई किताब लिखूँ और मुझे जयपुर लिट फेस्टिवल में आने का मौका मिले. मैं बहुत छोटी थी तब, आई थिंक पहली बार शुरू हुआ था ये. And this is going to be the 18th year of the Jaipur Lit Fest, and I'm so happy that today I'm here at the Soho House, and एक हम बहुत ही special evening सब share कर पा रहे हैं. और 2nd of Feb को मैं आपको फिर मिलूँगी जयपुर में actual festival पे.
Wow. कहते हैं जब एक बुक आती है, पब्लिश होती है, तो लोग काफ़ी ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं एज एक्टर. सेकंड बुक भी आने की तैयारी होने वाली है.
इंशाल्लाह, मतलब आई वुड लव टू राइट अ सेकंड बुक. थोड़ा सा समय मिल जाए बस, बाकी शूटिंग के असाइनमेंट के बीच में से. पहली किताब मैंने कोविड कि जो 2 साल थे उस वक्फे में लिखी, तो काफ़ी समय मिल गया. अभी इतना समय मिल नहीं पा रहा है क्योंकि मैं काफ़ी शूटिंग कर रही हूँ. बट आई रियली वांट टू राइट अनदर बुक एंड ऑल्सो कन्वर्ट दिस बुक इनटू अ फिल्म.
क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगे अपने ऑडियंस को?
मैं सिर्फ ये बोलना चाहूँगी गाइज, माई बुक Zeba is available on Amazon, on Crossword, on the bookstore near you. So please order it. It's a really fun read, and I'm so proud to start my journey as an author now, and I'm so proud that HarperCollins has chosen to publish this book and it's getting so much love. And I'm going to see you at the Jaipur Lit Festival. I'm going to be there on the 2nd of Feb, so see you there. Thank you. Done? Thank you.